Hello everyone, welcome you all on my YouTube channel study.com. I hope you all are doing good. Let us continue our ancient Indian series Indus Valley Civilization. Today we are discussing about decline of Indus Valley Civilization. So let's get started. The Indus Valley Civilization declined around 1800 BC. The civilization eventually disappeared along with its two great cities, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. Causes of the decline of this civilization have not been firmly established. Archaeologists now believe that the civilization did not come to an abrupt end but gradually declined. Various theories have been put forward by scholars for the decline of the Harappan or Indus cities. Some of the important theories are floods and earthquakes, shifting away of the Indus, increased aridity and drying up of the Ghagger, Aryan invasion, and ecological imbalance. So, let's learn all theories in detail. The first theory, floods and earthquakes. Many scholars argue that flood and earthquakes played a vital role in the decline of the Indus cities. They point out the silty clay which covered the streets and buildings of Mohenjo-daro and argue something have been left by the flood water. The famous hydrologist R.L. Riggs supporting the theory of flood and earthquakes. He argued that the intercities were submerged due to catastrophic floods and the earthquakes might have raised the level of the floods. However, the supporters of the flood theory failed to explain the reason for the decline of the cities outside the Indus area. Second theory, shifting away of the Indus. British archaeologist H.D. Lambrick argued that the changes in the course of the river Indus caused the destruction of the important town like Mohenjo-daro. The Indus is an unstable river system which had shifted about 30 miles away from Mohenjo-daro. The shortage of the water, the people of the surrounding food-producing villages deserted the area. It happened many times. As a result, all those areas whose fertility and prosperity depended on river water, it started becoming deserted and barren, and eventually they were forced to abandon the city. This theory also can't explain the decline of the other Indus cities. Another theory, increased aridity and drying up of the Ghagger. The scholars like D.P. Agarwal believes that the decline of the Indus civilization was caused by increasing aridity and drying up the river Ghaggar. He argues that minor reduction in the moisture and water availability in the semi-arid region like Harappa affected the agricultural production, which in turn helped the decline. The main problem with this theory is that the date of the drying of Ghaggar has not been properly calculated so far. Hence, it needs further information. Another important theory, Aryan invasion. British archaeologist Sir Mortimer Wheeler, along with some other scholars, do believe that the Harappan cities were destroyed by the Aryan invaders who came from outside. He put forward some reasons in order to strengthen his viewpoint. First point, human skeletons discovered in the street of Mohenjo-daro support this theory. Second point, the Rig Veda mentioned the Vedic god Indra as Purantara, that is the destroyer of forts. Since there are no remains of other cultural groups having forts in this region or in this historical phase, Wheeler believes that it was Harappan cities that were being mentioned in the Rig Veda. The main problem with this theory is the dates. It has been generally agreed upon that the Indus civilization came to an end around 1800 BC and the Aryans might have been arrived in India only around 1500 BC. And so the Harappans and the Aryans are unlikely to have met each other. Another theory, ecological imbalance. Scholars like Fair Service try to connect the Indus decline with the ecological imbalances of this area. He argues that a city like Mohenjo-daro with a population of 35,000 in those days would require very large number of food-producing villages in the nearby areas. The semi-arid areas with a delicate ecological balance could not have met the food requirement of the townsmen, peasants and pastoralists. The continuous floods and the droughts might have caused stress on the entire economy of the civilization and forced the Indus people move towards Gujarat and to the eastern area away from the Indus region. This movement was hastened by the attacks from the neighboring communities. However, the enduring fertility of the soil of this area in the subsequent period would not help one to accept this new theory also. After the 1960s, the scholars have not shown much interest in the debate on the decline of the Indus Valley Civilization. Instead, they started studying the continuity of the Harappan civilization with that of the later day cultures. In the course of time, the Harappan people abandoned some of the early settlements and new settlements were started. It was a transition from the urban phase to the rural phase. Some villages and towns continued to exist, but they had given up some of the earlier characteristics. The uniformity in weights and measures, sales, writing, pottery, etc. were replaced by the regional styles. In short, the urban phase of the civilization paved way for the emergence of the rural culture. Some of the agricultural settlements emerged in the upper Gangetic Valley had a remote late Harappan influence. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please subscribe and click on bell icon. If you have any doubt regarding this topic, please do comment. So we will meet again with another important subject. Till then, bye.